thank you for joining me for another wonderful cereal review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Lucky Charms Marshmallow Clusters. Now, this is probably the most excited I've been to try a cereal in quite some time. Little bit of personal info. My favorite cereal of all time is Rice Krispie Treats cereal, not Rice Krispies. This one comes in a purple box, and the and the purple box is important and distinguishing between the regular and the treat version. But essentially, the big difference is regular Rice Krispies are just the little rice pieces, where Rice Krispie Treat is like bundles of them put together in a marshmallow form. It's a Rice Krispie Treat. That being said, that cereal was discontinued a while ago, along with a lot of my other favorite promotional things. They brought it back briefly for I think a year or two ago. However, the way they brought it back was it was quite literally just the Rice Krispies, but with marshmallow pieces in it, and it was far from delectable at all. Compared to the original, which the original I would say is maybe a perfect 10 out of 10. I'd give it a 9 out of 10, just because nothing in life is ever perfect. That being said, the reason why I brought that up is because this one in particular, Lucky Charms Marshmallow Clusters, I think has that same premise of take the original piece and put it together with marshmallows. So I've got my bowl here. I've got the big bowl today. And as you can see, the pieces are yellow in color, which is drastically different than like a regular Lucky Charms piece, where that's more of a tan color. This is yellow, and I even changed the lighting around in here to where things weren't yellowed even more, like the last video. But, and then of course, it's Lucky Charms, and Lucky Charms marshmallows. Obviously, the draw here is the different kind of corn cereal. And let me flavor. Yep, it is a corn cereal. It's a corn and rice cereal, which, like I said, got me sort of excited because I think the flavor profile is going to be the closest to that Rice Krispie treat that we've gotten in quite a while. I've tried a couple pieces dry. And dry, I'd say it's good. I don't know very many applications for it, unfortunately. Maybe on the top of like a milkshake or some ice cream as a topping, I think it would be really great. But at that point, with so much sugar going into the milkshake or the ice cream, you're probably better off just using like a Lucky Charms regular for that. So, enough of me babbling. Let's get to the actual cereal. We got to add some milk. So I've got my gallon of milk here. A little cereal. We're just gonna give that a good old pour. And on top to stop the overpour. Alrighty. There's no table over here. This is just my bed. So I've got like a whole gallon of milk on my bed. And a bunch of cereal on my desk. Alrighty. So let us take a look at what's going on here. Already taken to the milk like a champ. Little runaway piece, tried to get away. Let us get just a big spoonful. I gotta try and get as much as I can in one spoon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's yeah, no, that is without a doubt, I think, the closest cereal I've had to Rice Krispie Treats in years. Oh man, that is. I'm gonna go for a second full bite. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. A big worry of mine was them changing the consistency of the piece. I was worried that it almost seems like the texture of the pieces would be one of those that would like cut up the roof of your mouth, sort of akin to like a Captain Crunch. Um, I can confirm that once the milk hits it, super softens it up. You don't have that like fiberglassy issue that I like to call it with regards to Captain Crunch. So it um, crunchily falls apart in your mouth. Mm. I'll put that down. Otherwise, I'm going to eat it all on camera, and that wouldn't be very entertaining. I will say, in regards to Lucky Charms, I love Lucky Charms. I'll always sit down for a nice bowl of Lucky Charms, but stripping away the marshmallows, you're left with a very bland, Cheerio-y cereal in varying different shapes. Not that the shapes matter, but the shapes matter. Um, so the cereal part of Lucky Charms itself is not the greatest, but it is still good, nonetheless. And other types of Lucky Charms that I've had, they rely too much on the marshmallow because that is Lucky Charms. You can't have Lucky Charms without the marshmallows. This one, however, I will say, you could sell it without the marshmallows, and I think it would be still a great cereal. The marshmallows add to it. I don't want to say the marshmallows are too much. They definitely help the cereal more than they hurt it. But you could take them out and sell this as like an individual cereal, and it would still knock itself out of the park. It's nice texture wise. It's got a good crunch to it, but it's not too crunchy. Like you're not spending too much time breaking it down to smaller pieces, but it's not too soggy to where like the texture is like unpleasant. The flavor isn't too sweet. That's where I think the marshmallows come in. They do bolster the sweetness, but it's not a crutch. They're not leaning on the marshmallows and not using it as a gimmick. Overall, it is the closest to the Rice Krispie treats that I've gotten in a few years, which makes me super excited. I can't wait to tear up the second bowl. Might actually have a second one depending on how I feel after it. Score rating, I think off the top of my head, I feel pretty confident giving it an 8 out of 10. It's confidently an 8 out of 10. I know you guys are like, oh, but you just said no. I don't. One, I don't see it sticking around. It is definitely a promotional cereal. It'd be nice if it does. That's for sure. It'll definitely be on all my future grocery lists as I run out. But on top of that, I don't think it captures the same essence exactly as the Rice Krispie treats did. And you still do have a little bit of that Lucky Charms cereal aftertaste, like the cereal bit aftertaste, which I'm not a huge fan of. Also, not the biggest fan of overloading a cereal with dehydrated marshmallows. Like I said, not saying they're bad, and I think in this case it helps, but I also probably got a lucky pour and didn't get as many. You have too many of those, they tend to stick to your teeth, override any flavor that the cereal itself has. Overall, just become a time to deal with. I know some people might think that's a bit of a controversial opinion, but that's just where I stand on dehydrated marshmallows. But I would confidently say an 8 out of 10. It is up there. I would probably pick this over top of a regular Lucky Charms. So yeah, that is my review and opinions on the Lucky Charms Marshmallow Clusters. I'm not going to promise you guys a cereal review for next week because every time I do, I always end up taking a few weeks to get one out. and I apologize for that. But my goal is for the next one to be out relatively soon, whatever that may be. I might be aiming to do a JoJo Siwa cereal. I've actually had that one myself personally, and I think it's worth a good review just to get it out there. But I do have a couple others in my cupboard ready to go for a solid review. Um, Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like I said, uploads aren't super consistent. Plan on launching a TikTok soon, just to get short form videos out there, to get more cereal reviews out there. And of course, you can always follow me on my Twitter, at High5Tui. That'll be linked in the description below. Thank you guys for watching another good cereal review. Join me for the next one, or any of the previous ones, and get to pouring.